Hi, this is Mark Gardner again. Welcome to my introduction to Part 5 of Driving Through Heaven, titled Relationships in Heaven. Not long ago, I was consulting with a church that has been plateaued in its worship attendance and membership for years. They were looking for some advice about what they could do to grow again. We sat down as a congregation and I asked them the question, what do you think it would take for you to grow again? And one woman spoke up immediately and she says, we just need to love people. And I said, yes, that's exactly it. Jesus told us that we need to love one another within the church and that we also need to be loving our neighbor, that is, everybody else. So I said, what do we need to do to love people? And people began to give answers. They said things like, well, we need to care for them. Somebody quoted most of the definition of love in 1 Corinthians 13, that we need to be patient and kind and respectful and not self-centered, etc. So I said, how about being more specific? What is it that you would do on a daily kind of basis to demonstrate your love and Christ's love to people that would help convince them that they might want to meet Jesus and or might want to come to church? People began giving the same answers all over again. Well, we just need to love them. And as time went on, they became more impatient with me as I was pushing them to be specific. So I finally said, what if you ran into somebody who's an alcoholic? Could be a family member or friend. And you wanted to help this person with their alcoholism. What would you do for them? And most people looked at me blankly, and then they started offering the same answers again. Like, well, we just need to love them. And I could tell that they were losing their patience with me. I said to them, isn't it interesting that everywhere else in our world, our society in particular, if you were going to learn a job to do something, like even at a fast food restaurant, to learn how to make the food, that you would get trained in how to do that before anybody asks you to do that. But in the church, we tell people what they need to do, like love and care and be patient, but we don't teach them the skills in how to do that. Most people know the definition of love that God gives through Paul in 1 Corinthians 13. You've probably heard it preached on at least once a year, and we've studied it in Bible studies and Sunday school classes. But in order to love like Jesus, we need to learn and use the skills that he taught his disciples. So that's what Part 5 is about. I concentrate on teaching you the skills to apply the principles that we have known for years. I will teach you in Part 5 the skills that you need in order to build intimacy and trust and oneness in any relationship. I'll teach you communication skills, including how to communicate patience and kindness and respect. I'll teach you how to set and maintain healthy boundaries so that you can protect yourself from anyone who might disrespect or abuse you. I'll also share with you the 9 steps to resolving conflict and restoring broken relationships. And I'll teach you how to forgive so that you'll also have peace about it. You know, the easy test for knowing whether or not we've forgiven entirely is when we think about what it is that somebody did to us. Do we have peace about it? Or do we still have some sadness? Do we still have some hurt or resentment? If we do have those things, then it means that we've not forgiven entirely, or that we've got some healing that we need God to do on our memories about that event. So I'll teach you the steps of forgiveness so that you can get to that place of peace and rest for your soul. In order to help you to learn God's skills for relationships, I've included 2 free bonus resources at the book website. These are a quiz titled, Are You Sabotaging Your Communications? And How Healthy Are Your Boundaries? Which is a section from the chapter on boundaries that I had to remove because the book was just too long, but you can still read that section at the website. You can find all of the free bonuses at the book website, where you can also get my contact information if you want to send me any questions about relationships or have any comments about the book. Thank you for watching. May God bless all of your relationships as you learn to use His skills for doing relationships well.